a super rich college dude who insulted you in public for being poor. And now, in order to seek your revenge, you are planning to gold dig Jungkook. In order to watch the previous parts of this video, please check out the playlist titled Revenge. But it's fine. There will always be someone to take what you don't have the spine to get. I turned to Jungkook nervously and found him staring fixedly ahead with almost soulless eyes. Suddenly, without a word, Jungkook grabbed his plate and marched up the staircase without a second look back. I rolled over the bed and squished myself further into the fetal position. The guest room bed could only be described as godly, and I don't think I had ever slept so well in all my 19 years on the earth. Out of nowhere, I felt someone splashing freezing cold water over my face. What the hell? Get up, a voice snapped. I groaned, recognizing the voice belonged to Jungkook. Oh hell, just leave me alone, Jungkook. I ignored him as more sprays of water hit the back of my head, slightly soaking both my hair and pillow. Suddenly, my silk sheets were ripped off me. What the hell is your problem? Jungkook opened his mouth to say something, but then he paused slightly. His eyes scanned my body up and down. I gave him a flat look. Not attracted to me, huh? Jungkook immediately pulled his gaze from my legs and back to my face. I am not attracted to you. Never have been. Never will be. Really? Yes. Now hurry up and get dressed. We are going to the beach today, Jungkook ordered. The beach? That's the reason you felt the need to barge into my room at whatever AM in the morning? Are you kidding me? Jungkook merely shrugged, not seeming the tiniest bit apologetic. Still staring up at me, Jungkook's eyes danced over my face, drinking in each feature before flickering up to my hair. Your hair is a mess, you know, he said, his smile never leaving his face. My face grew hot in embarrassment. Oh, shut up. Jungkook slowly tucked a stray strand of hair behind my ear. For some unknown reason, my heart was beating much faster. I felt frozen. It's quite cute, Jungkook whispered. I couldn't stop staring at Jungkook. Immediately, I broke my eye contact and started to unzip my luggage. After a couple of seconds of useless searching, I was frustrated. Hey Jungkook, do you remember where you put my swimsuit? Try the top pocket, he suggested. Immediately, I pulled out some sort of swimsuit material and was relieved. Instead of seeing my simple black one piece, I found myself staring at a tiny white bikini set. It wasn't my going out bikini. With widened eyes, I picked one of those and realized it was even smaller than I remember. Jungkook, please tell me this wasn't the only swimsuit you packed, I asked nervously. Yeah, it was. It was the only one I could find. Why? Only one you could find? There were two full-body black swimsuits right on the top. You would literally have to dig under to find this, I cried in frustration. Must have escaped my sight, I guess. And besides, what's the problem? The one I packed for you looks fine, Jungkook said with a mischievous little smile as he looked down to the bikini. Oh my god, you totally did this on purpose, didn't you? You are unbelievable, Jungkook. You have absolutely no class, Jungkook, none. Oh, calm down, Ryan. I'm not that desperate to see you in your bikini. Interesting. So you admit that you are still desperate to some degree. Jungkook rolled his eyes. Believe whatever delusional lies you want to believe. I will wait for you downstairs. And Wyan? I narrowed my eyes, not liking the dangerous spark in his eyes. If I find that you have returned back to bed, I will come back upstairs with a bucket. Then, with a final wink, Jungkook made his way out of the door. After 5 minutes of standing in front of the mirror, I just summoned enough courage to put the revealing bikini underneath my jean shorts and top. I wasn't even sure why I felt so nervous since I definitely worked out enough to have a decently toned body. My plan was only gold digging by pretending to be his friend, so it didn't matter whether he thought I was attractive or not. Soon, I made my way downstairs to where Jungkook was standing. He was leaned against the door with some towels loosely held over his shoulders. Once I reached, he quickly looked me up and down. You good? Great. Actually, an impolite stupid woke me in the midnight without even offering me breakfast. Don't worry, greedy girl. There is a bar that sells breakfast on the beach. Jungkook nodded for me to follow him, and he led us through his back doors down the stairs that descended straight down onto the beach. The height of the beach house gave a wide-spanning view of the hills in the distance and the soft waves collapsing against the shore. No doubt it was a paradise. You coming? Or are you going to stand there like an idiot? Rolling my eyes at his rudeness, I walked the rest of the way down the beach alongside him. Soon, we reached a clean pair of beach chairs. I watched as Jungkook laid the beach towels onto the chairs. Soon, something caught my eye. It was Jungkook. I was quite simply looking at him because he was halfway through taking off his top. My eyes feasted on his bronze skin. All I could do was watch as the muscles of his back rippled as he bent over to put his shirt away. As Jungkook turned back in my direction, I pretended that I was busy staring at the pebble on the floor. Why don't you take your clothes off? What? What did you say? I stuttered. I was saying you should probably take your overclothes off because you look a little... Jungkook paused, his eyes roaming over my face. A little hot. Oh right, yeah. I guess I'm a little hot. I admitted, my voice coming out less confident than ever. I knew for sure why I felt hot. I did my best to conceal all signs of fluster from my face and stared at Jungkook with an unimpressed and boring face. So that you can creepily watch me take off my clothes? Yeah, I don't think so. Turn around, I ordered. But why? I will see you in your bikini in the end. He laughed. Because I said so, now do it, I said in frustration. Alright, I will turn around for no apparent reason. Once I was sure he wasn't looking, I turned away and removed each and every item of clothing. Then standing up, I reached for my towel to wrap around my legs. Suddenly, I froze as I found two pairs of eyes staring at me. At some point, without me realizing it, Jungkook had shamelessly turned around to peep. Jungkook! I yelled out in accusation. Everywhere he looked felt as though it was burning, and I felt so undressed. Finally, coming to my senses, I narrowed my eyes. Jungkook, I told you not to look. Jungkook took a couple of seconds to speak as though he was collecting himself. I didn't promise anything. Jungkook said simply. I sent a dirty look in his direction and dumped myself back into my chair. After a small nap, I opened my eyes. I twisted my head around to see Jungkook, and he was sleeping. Who the hell falls asleep that fast? I leaned over him and was just about to slap him, but then I paused. I thought of the most perfect plan for revenge. I stuck my hand into my beach bag and searched around. My fingers pulled out an item in excitement. It was a pen, a thick black marker pen. I had much greater plans for this pen. Gently, I moved near his forehead and began working. Written across Jungkook's head in big bold capital letters were two beautiful words. Whyens which. I didn't hesitate for a second before getting my phone and snapping a picture or two, or maybe 10. Satisfied with my work, I returned to my seat and sat innocently. About 15 minutes or later, Jungkook woke up. My mind was lost for the fourth time this morning as Jungkook stood up and stretched tall, causing him to let out a quiet groan, and the muscles in his back flexed. Anybody would think he was purposely making these noises to wind me up or something. Jungkook glanced back at me, and I immediately turned my head. I am heading over to the bar. Want me to pick you up breakfast? He ordered. Yeah, sure, I smiled, the evil part of myself cackling. I watched in satisfaction as Jungkook went to the hut a few meters in the distance. Jungkook leaned over the counter and started to talk to the girl behind the counter. 5 minutes later, Jungkook returned. As I was busy eating my first bacon strip, Jungkook turned his head my way. Do I look weird today? No, weirder than you normally do, I joked. No, seriously, is there something actually wrong with my face? The girl at the counter took one look at me and laughed. Oh, Jungkookie, is this your first rejection story? It's okay, babe. You'll get next time. Oh, just forget it, Jungkook said in annoyance. A few minutes later, a plastic beach ball flew out of nowhere and hit against the side of my chair. I smiled as I saw the cutest little girl of about 7 yelling after her ball. I reached out to pick up the ball, but Jungkook was quicker than me and took it before I could. Nah, let me. I widened my eyes as I realized he was intending to give it back to the little girl himself. Jungkook, wait! I said in a panic, realizing he was unknowingly about to wave a rather rude sentence in an innocent little girl's face. Jungkook didn't care. He walked up to the girl with a warm little smile on his face. Here, you go, honey. Make sure you hold on tight this time. All my hope was lost when I saw her point a finger rudely at Jungkook's face. You have got words on your face, she pronounced boldly. I quickly jogged over to Jungkook and grabbed his arm. Sorry, sweetie, but I have got to steal him away, I said with a nervous chuckle. Why in switch? The girl read out loudly. That's a bad word. You have got a bad word written on your forehead, she exclaimed as she continued to point at Jungkook. Then, just like that, she went back to her mother. Slowly, like I was in some kind of horror film, Jungkook turned around to face me. His jaw was clenched and his eyes looked fierce. I was familiar with Jungkook's pissed face. I was practically married to that expression. The way he was looking at me could only be described as a murderous expression. Run, Jungkook whispered. Well, this is the end of today's video. The next part will be soon uploaded. Thank you for watching. Bye.